Ladies and gentlemen, Bart Wayne, welcome into cancelthisshow.com. We appreciate you taking some time, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
So what's going on? First of all, you have a crazy, amazing story. All of a sudden, you're a musician, you're a singer, and you never were before. How did all this happen?
Yeah, it's quite a cool story. Just a couple years ago, do I start at the beginning or do I start with the singing part?
How about, you know what? Let's just go back to the beginning here real quick.
I'll fly through it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Go through it. But first of all, we'll let people know you're going to be at Busch Stadium August 15th performing, right?
Yeah, and it's also my birthday. So
How about
what
that?
a great day.
Yeah, I guess that was ordained, huh?
Yeah. It's Blessed Warrior Music is my brand. Blessed Warrior is a brand for overcomers. We've all overcome something in our lives, and I'll get to my story there in a second. But basically, August 15th, Tuesday, it's the Oakland A's take on the Cardinals at Busch Stadium. It's a Boots for Busch, 93.7 The Bull's going to be there. And I think there's 2 other acts, and they're going to also, I think, be judging for the best songwriting and song.
Oh, so
That's
3
awesome.
Is this before the game starts?
Yeah, it starts at 5. You go to gate 1 at 4:45. I'm probably going to go first because I don't have a following yet. I just started singing about 7 months ago. I was doing karaoke
Wow.
a few years ago.
Wait a minute, that's insane. You just started
say 7 months?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Okay. So the story is crazy because I was hanging out with this country star named Craig Morgan. And I went to his concert and I just knew some people and we were hanging out with him on his bus. I have it on my page and I was talking to him, telling him about my story and what Blessed Warrior is all about and how I like to now use my gifts and talents to give hope to people who are where I once was. I said, yeah, I've never sang before, but I feel God's changing my voice and he's going to put me on platforms to reach people. And Craig said, Bart, every waiter and waitress in America comes to Nashville to become a singer. What makes you think? I looked him right in the eye and said, it's a God thing. It's going to happen. And then just not even 2 months later, somebody introduced me to Zeus Rebel Waters. He used to go by Rockapuff. He's the king of underground in St. Louis. And long story short, he wanted me to do a show with him. And I was like, what? And so I just started writing songs like real fast. I just did it. Never done it before. And I've got 7 original songs, done only about 5 shows, but less than 6 months after I told Craig that God was going to put me on platforms, the St. Louis Cardinals reached out and they invited me to do my own 20-minute set at the Boots of Busch concert.
This is all original music?
Yeah, I got all original music.
Okay, you got to this point somehow, some way. Where did all of this come from? Because you said you have a past. We've all overcome something. So what was in your past that got you to this point?
I went to a little small Christian high school, Christian college, and I never drank, I was just a little country boy, went fishing every day and played basketball. Got a scholarship to college for art, discovered alcohol and partying in college, and basically lost focus of everything, of school and all that stuff, and just started partying. And I basically got kicked out for grades because I didn't care about history, rhetorical writing, and algebra. I just wanted to do my art classes. Anyway, I ended up getting kicked out for grades and then became a dancer, like the Magic Mike thing. So I was like, I might as well get paid to party because I used to go to
Paid to party.
I'm sorry. I know this is a serious story, but that line was funny.
Yeah, I used to do battle dances back in college. I'd wear the hammer pants with the little polka dots.
How come you didn't give us any of that video?
I have some on my page. Like I have drywall dance videos.
I've seen your drywall dance.
So that's it's a way to dance still.
Yeah.
Doing drywall. But no, so anyway, after basically I didn't do any art or anything. I did my drywall, but I just started partying and getting paid to party. And that was the lifestyle I led for 20 years. And I was a mess after that. I was drinking mouthwash to get drunk. I had cirrhosis. I was dying and I got arrested for too many DWIs. Luckily didn't hurt or crash or hurt anybody. And I had a spiritual awakening in my cell. Basically 20 years of that party life, I was full of demons, basically. It's like addiction and craving is those demons you let in. And that's why you can't let that go because you can't fight it because it sits in you dormant and it gets you to want to drink. It gets you the cravings, all that. So the spiritual awakening, I cried out to God, help me. Like, I need a miracle. The miracle was he kept me in there. I went to 7 prisons in 2.5 years. I had a 5-year sentence, but did half of that. Had no lawyer, had no public defender show up. So I sat in county for 9 months. It was all meant to be, though, because I read the Bible. I started listening to sermons to sleep, and I would just draw. All I did was draw. So I looked at prison as art camp. So it wasn't. So in my mind, I wasn't there. I was like undercover, seeing what it's like living behind the walls, kind of like an investigative reporter.
Yeah.
And then I started drawing, and then I just sent everything home. I would draw for the prisoners. I would draw their families, and then I wanted proof that I could draw. So I sent everything home to be printed. My mom would print out 4x6 glossies, all these different size pictures. And then I would give that to the prisoner, and I would put one 4x6 in my portfolio. 300 of those later, there's an amazing story. It's called Scribbled Through the Struggle. And it takes you through a trip through prison, through the pictures, through the drawings I did. And
you weren't singing at all during any of this.
No, but you know what? A lot of stuff is prophetic. I used to be pathetic, but now I'm prophetic. I would sing when I first.
I'm trying to get to your point.
When I first was in my cell, I was singing this song called "One More Second Chance," and it was just a song I didn't know the words to, but I was like, "I just want one second chance," and it would echo in that cell, and I was like, "Man, that sounds good." So I started just singing stuff, but I didn't know how to put it to music, and in my mind, I was like, "Oh, that would be a hit. That would be a hit." But I didn't know how to write anything down with that. Didn't think nothing of it. Go through college, did 300 drawings, get out, Beauty from Ashes, start public speaking, telling my story, giving people hope. Then COVID happened, and that kind of shut everything down. Then I just started running around doing karaoke. I just felt led. I just want to go sing karaoke.
Wait a minute, you just show up at a bar and go, I'm going to do karaoke
Well,
night?
Yeah, and I'd sit by myself at the table. I was just the outsider, and I'd just sit there and I'd watch people. I'd clap, and then I'd get up there. I'd set up my little tripod. And then I'd record me. People are like, who's this guy? Was like with the recording himself. I just recorded everything. And then I could see what I should sing, what I would be better at, what I should stay away from. And basically my voice just started. I noticed people would look at me. Like when I would sing, they'd turn around and like in silence. And I'm like, there's something going on here. So I said, I think God's changing my voice. And so that's why I told Craig, God's changing my voice to reach people.
Now, so do people think you're crazy though?
Who knows?
Yeah.
But probably, yeah. I would say people who don't have spiritual understanding, of course. Yeah. And all I know is I know things that people don't know. And I'm here to show the people that need it what they need to know so that they don't fall down that path and that they have hope.
So you started singing Bart Wayne. We're talking with Bart Wayne, the Blessed Warrior. You go through all prison, you come out, you do these talks, you start doing karaoke. The St. Louis Cardinals just don't call you for no reason and say, hey, come do a concert at Busch. Did you get found, so to speak, doing karaoke?
No, it was like Zeus Rebel Waters.
Okay.
And he travels all around the nation. He used to be Rock-a-Puff. He's had hits back when Nelly and Chingy and all that stuff. He's got amazing music, so you should check him out sometime.
Yeah, but how did you run into him?
Somebody was doing a networking event, a Facebook friend who I didn't know either, and she said, hey, you should meet this Bart guy. And because she saw my karaoke videos, right? So that's all I said. I said, I think somebody's going to notice my voice, something special. I'm not a singer. I'm not trying to be a singer. It's all about trying to reach people. So that's a platform. And now I have this brand called Blessed Warrior, and it's a brand for overcomers. And that's a whole nother thing of how that turned into what it is. But it's basically I connect with people now with foundations. I was like in Cardinal Glennon Hospital interviewing a 16-year-old rapper named Verified. It's his second bout with leukemia. I go in there with the Blessed Warrior, and I tell my story. I give them hope. I want to hear your gifts and talents because that's what I did. I started expressing. I'm not ashamed that I went to prison. I'm not ashamed that I was a mess.
Do you think it's good for people to go to prison?
Because
you see what's happening in society a lot with a lot of politicians are like, hey, no, we don't want kids there. We don't want cashless spots.
They say I got people close in my camp basically too that, prison's not the right direction. But you know what? They have a treatment that you have to go through. And if you can't afford the treatment out in the streets, if you're in prison, you can't get out until you complete this treatment. So there's a free treatment for you right there.
So in that sense, it is good.
Yeah. And listen, rock bottom's a blessing. If I didn't go to prison, if I would have got out when I wanted to, that's what I said. I prayed for a miracle. God, get me out of here. The miracle was he kept me in there. And if I would have got out when I wanted to, I would not be delivered. I'm 10 years sober and delivered. Never had a craving. I've been through so much. I've been through national TV. Women tried to steal my name. Just all kind of crazy stuff has gone on. But it's proof that God's delivered me. And I've been through struggles and I've been through this. And it just shows the strength. I'm an overcomer. And everybody else out there has overcome something in their lives. And that's what Blessed Warrior is about, is everybody else, those blessed warriors. We can all have this movement and feel proud that you're going to overcome. And you've overcome everything up to this point in your life. So don't forget that.
It is such an inspiring message. Now that when you see people who knew you maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago and they see you now? Have you had some of those conversations with those people?
Yeah, and a lot
Maybe
of they didn't believe it at first. Oh, he's not changed, or because I was a mess. Like I said, I went from a mess to blessed. I drank mouthwash.
You've got all the lines, man.
Man, I've said this a million times. It just it's meant to be to say. But no, people at first, they didn't know if this was real, because a lot of people, they say they've changed or they this, but God changed me. I couldn't change myself.
A prophet's not even known in his own backyard. That was one that I've always thought that was an interesting quote, biblically speaking, because a lot of times when people see you, they won't believe you, especially if they've had another experience. And I know that your calling and your idea is much higher than not worrying about what people think about you.
And that's what a lot of people out there need to do, is don't be a people pleaser. Do what you know is right, and just stick to your morals and stuff, and don't just go with the crowd, because being individual and unique those are the game changers in life.
Correct.
And you can go from, God uses the broken and can turn you into the ones that actually make the biggest difference in this world.
We want to play a little bit of a song that you gave to us. What is this song? Because this is all original. You're going to be playing 20 minutes worth of original content, songs that you wrote as well.
20.
So is it songs that you wrote?
Yeah, I just sat down. I freestyled some stuff. I got producers, engineers. I want to give a shout out to Chris Tate, because starting out, I don't have a bunch of money yet for producers and all this stuff, but he sees a bigger picture. So I got my start and learned the game of how to be in a studio and all this. And now I bumped up to a bigger studio with Joshua B. And he worked on this one. But I did all the I'm the songwriter. I did the writing, all this. I have a producer
and all
engineer.
Of this in under 7 months?
Yeah, I have 7 originals. This is called Make You Believe. And all my music is about overcoming. It's about, if you, like, the girl left you and you're like, man, I didn't know I wasn't good enough, but it wasn't that. It was God didn't want you with her. And now you're free to be with the one that you're supposed to be with. So all the songs have a testimony of sorts from myself, or make you feel good and show you what's going on. Yeah, it's just basically positive, inspirational music.
Let's hear a little bit of one of the songs that you were
Make You Believe.
When I first saw you, I said to myself, but I didn't let that stop me from walking up to you. I said hello, and I told you my name. You looked up at me, smiled, and did the same. My heart skipped a beat, and baby girl, that's when I knew I'm gonna make you feel like you never felt before. Show you things you've never seen. When I look in your eyes, girl, well, I can see the depth of your heart and your love for me. I'll hold you in my arms, so gentle yet strong. I'll make you feel safe.
I'm sorry.
That was the best part. 1,000 years. It goes 1,000 years, 1,000
I'm sorry,
years,
my fault.
1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000
Can you
years,
pick it back?
1,000
Can you-
years.
Yes, I will.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, nice job.
Thank you.
So God gave you that really deep, throaty,
Yeah.
southern,
I just got
yummy.
this kind of thing going. And I call myself, and me as a person, if I could describe me, I have a gentle strength. I'm very calm. You can't pull me into your evil, basically. You don't fight evil with evil. If somebody's in your face and all this,
Correct.
you can't rile me up like that, because you're going to, when I went through prison, that would be my face, and he'd be like, come on, man. They want you to lash out and be like them, and they pull you away from your path. So I knew I got to draw. You're not pulling me away from what I'm trying to do. And like I said, after 300 drawings, that's because I didn't fall for that. And I would look people in the eye real calm. You got to look calm.
That's
and
great.
you go, calm down, man. Do the right thing. And everybody backed away from me.
Yeah.
And I think I was spiritually, divinely protected in there. And so when it comes to my personality and everything, I think there's no toxic in my life with any kind of relationships, anything like that. It'll prune you, which is not everybody's privileged enough to be close.
Will prune you.
Yeah, not everybody's privileged enough to be close to your spirit. Okay,
That's true.
And also, if you have weeds on you, let's say you're a flower, right? You have women that are like, they just can't. They got somebody in their life that's attached to them, and they keep them because they've known them for years.
Right, and they don't get rid of it.
It's a weed. You got to cut those weeds, and then you could grow and flourish. But if you got weeds attached to you, you can't, and so you don't go anywhere. And so I've been real good at that, and I just keep a small camp of people that I keep close to me, and other than that, I'm just going forward, man. And God's opening all these doors for me.
And that's a great, I'm sorry, that's a great analogy. And a lot of people, out of loyalty, we will keep people around us because they've just been around for a long time. And I had a friend that I had for 44 years. And my kid said, your time is over being friends with them. There's no purpose for you to them and them to you. You are a completely different life. And boy, did my life go to a completely different direction when I got rid of the weeds. And they weren't a bad person. It just wasn't my direction.
Well, if God has a door open for you in front of you, right? And this goes for everybody out there. There's a door waiting for you. But you've got somebody that can't go through that door with you. God's like, you're not going through that door if you got that person with you, because they're not going to share those blessings with you.
Correct. You have to have people around you that shares blessings, and they're not.
But it's so difficult as humans, you know that.
Not for me.
I know. Not for you.
I've been through so much stuff.
Yes, like, because you're the superstar, the blessed warrior. I'm talking about for the average.
You see through it.
But it is for people until they can find that enlightenment.
Yeah, you gain discernment on people when you see people have intentions that you might not see, but when you start to see it, you're like, oh, okay, that person, I see it. You can feel it. You just know. Also, if I could, can I show these?
You already are. Just hold them up higher.
I've got the Cardinal tickets here.
You're here. First of all, your camera's looking at you straight ahead. No, you're straight ahead.
There it is.
And hold and
here's the coolest thing.
And hold the tickets up in the hats when you show them.
Yeah, here's the coolest thing.
Now you're talking to your fans and the people. When you look in that camera.
When Craig Morgan said, I said, God's going to put me on platforms to reach people. And he didn't really believe me. And look at this. My name, Blessed Warrior, is my brand for Overcomers, and Bartis. My name is Bart. I'm an artist, so go by Bartis, and it's on the Cardinals tickets. That's an amazing, just so cool. Just for, even if I never sing again, this is just a cool thing right here. But I've got, like, I just got these hats in. It's Blessed Warrior, brand for Overcomers. These are these like mesh trucker hats here.
Love it.
All different colors, the pink and these look good with the ladies here.
Yeah.
So I just got these in. I've got a website, blessedwarriors.com. You can find, it's being built as we go. I got so much content, so much to do. The web guy can't keep up because every day it's something else. But
are you
can
continuing? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you can order any shirts. You can see my
what's the website
journey.
name again?
Blessed Warriors. .com with an S,
blessedwarriors.com.
Yeah, and then you can order shirts and things. Now, I connected with a ministry. I did a revival down in Knoxville last year. Never did a revival. They asked me to come down, and they had me closing out the whole revival under the bridge in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's like the Skid Row of all the homeless, all the drug addicts, mental people, veterans, handicapped, everybody like just living out there on the street. And I got out there and I was singing, and I got everybody dancing. And they said, Bart,
beautiful.
we had revivalists and preachers from around the nation here. And when you did that, they said, we want to partner with you. And so they said, we could sell your shirts with our shirts. So they fund their drug. It's for people with PTSD, addiction, depression, anxiety, homelessness, and suicidal thoughts. These programs are faith-based, and they get people, the sales from the Blessed Warrior and Soul Savage Ministry shirts, get people into drug rehabs across the nation. Beautiful. If we're in Colorado doing a show, because I have Blessed Warrior Music now, and we're going to be doing events. I'm going to connect with other singers, inspirational artists and stuff, and just start doing events and raising money to help the people in those communities. And the Blessed Warrior, the shirts, that you get one of these when you do the Cardinal game too. So when you buy the St. Louis Cardinals ticket for Boots at Busch on August 15th, you get a red and white Blessed Warrior t-shirt. You get the ticket and the concert, all for $35. So it's a total promotion just to get the name out there, to get more exposure for everything, and the Cardinals. Soul Savages, they're coming up from Nashville to get on stage with me, and they're going to talk a little bit before I do the show.
Who is Soul Savage?
Yeah, Soul Savage. Her name is Jennifer Moore. She's a strong woman. She was in prison as well years ago, and God changed her life, and she has this calling. And man, she's a go-getter, and she connected with me, and we're building. And she's in Hawaii now. They're in Hawaii selling the Blessed Warrior shirts and everything. It's all across the country now, and it's an amazing movement, and it's just exciting because, like I said, it's not about me. The money gets people into drug rehabs. The singing is all about getting Blessed Warrior known. I have music look up on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube Music, iTunes, Bart Wayne, Bartist, Bartist. And
has anybody else gotten you on yet? Has 93.7?
No, you're the first. I just got this song on my way here. The producer sent it because I said I was going on this show, and I'm going to put a post out there. I was like, I wonder who's going to be the first person to play me on the radio, because I know, not because I just know the path. And it's not about me becoming this singer. It's about reaching people. And the music, the way this is coming out, it's, man, this is happening. And so I'm excited. And you're the first show that had it because I just played it once in my car on the way here.
All right.
It was a great song.
It really is.
Great.
And the other songs similar?
Yeah, I've got a rap song. It's called Here for a Good Time. And that was fun. It was the first thing I did. And it's got my testimony in there and it make you dance.
You can check this all out at blessedwarriors.com.
Check it out on the streaming services, mostly for that. Okay. I need people to subscribe and share because you can't get known out there with your music unless people share it and they start talking about it. So I appreciate this opportunity to be on your show. And to get, because Facebook, it's the little algorithm. You can't break through it. They just keep it.
It's tough.
Yeah.
We know. Get it.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. And I'm gonna have 3 more songs released. I only have 4 on there right now. That song right now, it takes about a month to be on the streaming services. So I will have 3 more in August. So that'll be 7. And I'll be knocking songs out. And we're also looking to connect. Blessed Warrior, if you have cancer, if you have any kind of disease or anything like that, and you need help raising money, message me on Facebook, Bart Wayne, Bartist, and we'll get together because I'll supply shirts to your foundation and then we can set up an affiliate program. I have a QR code. Let's say you need 100 shirts. I'll give you 100 shirts. You set up the QR code. It's your own individual website with just that shirt. So when people come up to the table, they can click on it and then the money goes to split the money basically of the t-shirt. The 50% goes to your foundation, 50% goes to Blessed Warriors, so we can build the program.
Bart Wayne, man, hey, thanks for coming on. This is fun. I'm glad you had a chance to jump in. Tell everybody what you've got going on because, man, this is an incredible story. But you've lived it, and now we're starting to hear about it. And you've got evidence of you got your video cameras rolling around you. We'll have a recording. We'll get that to you as well.
And I want to give you guys a shirt as well. So I'll give you a Blessed Warrior shirt. And
do you have a medium for me?
I got it all the sizes.
Got them all.
You just want to wear a medium so you look bigger.
100%.
Like more muscular.
Yeah. That's right. We try to do that. Or my son's shirts. Right. Hey, Bart Wayne, thanks for kicking things off with this, buddy. Keep us posted. August 15th, Busch Stadium. It's called Boots
at Busch Concert Series. There's going to be 2 other bands. I don't know the name of them. And I'm probably going to go first because they go by who has the most seniority and following. I don't have a following yet. So definitely go to the streaming services, Bart Wayne Bartist, and social media, Bart Wayne Bartist, TikTok. You can find me on there too. And thank you.
We'll have you back in. I appreciate it, my friend.
I appreciate it too. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
Bart Wayne, check him out. BlessedWarriors.com. BlessedWarriors.com.